This is your review of AEW Rampage. As we move ever closer to All In next weekend, we cannot wait over here to go and watch AEW's signature live event. A bit of news from AEW is next year's All In will not be taking place in London. No. It'll be taking place in Texas, which makes total sense. They've had a lot of success over in the Texan market recently. Collision over the last couple of weeks has been there, emanating from Texas. So they've had a lot of success over in Texas. It makes perfect sense that they go there for All In. However, UK fans, do not worry. Number one, All In will be coming back in 2026, back to Wembley. And number two, AEW and Tony Khan himself already confirmed that they will be holding a show over here in 2025. So do not fear and do not worry. We'll still be getting our AEW doses next year and the year after, of course. But we're just literally 6, 7, 8 days away at the time of recording of before All In, and a lot of stuff to take care of. Rampage this week, 5 matches. Now we do say, and I always say there's, when an hour show to get 5 matches on generally means you have to kind of be quick. And some of these matches you didn't want to be so quick. Let's get on with it, shall we? The Conglomeration was first against, I love the OutRunners. The OutRunners and the Butcher. The OutRunners are fastly becoming one of my favorite tag teams in AEW. I know them from the NWA. I remember them. And they're a classic sort of 80s styled look tag team. They really suited the NWA. And I thought, when I saw them on AEW even back in the last year, but cool, they're getting their flowers, so to speak. And this week, and then obviously they seem to be more of a permanent fixture on the AEW roster, and I like it, and I think it's great. The OutRunners they're great. They look good. Like I said, proper 80s style look about them. Really good. This match itself, there was not a lot of offense from the OutRunners and the Butcher on this, but the Conglomeration have so much fun, and it's just so easy to enjoy the actual their matches, so to speak. This one was they finished off with the Orange Punch, who then he took a seat on the chair. There was a lariat by Ishii to Magnum, and then a Jay Driller from Jay Briscoe finishes it off. I really enjoyed it. The Conglomeration are fast. Again, they're becoming one of my favorite groups just because there's so much differences about them. Orange Cassidy, the doesn't really say a lot, just chills out, but can go in the ring. You've got Ishii, the bloody Rottweiler of a man that he is, the hard hitting big guy, and then you got Briscoe, who's just crazy. He's absolutely crazy, and it makes for really good viewing. I really enjoy it. Conglomeration, and I think they've literally been on every program over the last couple of weeks or so, and I can't get enough of them. So more Conglomeration, please, on AEW. And if that's not how you say it, I'm sorry, but Dave isn't here. With a 5-hour show, you're always going to get one or two quick-ish matches, and Nyla Rose against Eric Leigh was exactly that. It was sort of one and done in a lot of ways on this. You can't really give it a rating. It literally was Beast Bomb, Bush. There was a bit of interaction between Floyd on there as well, but that was really it. Game over. Nyla Rose picks up the victory, but it was after that was interesting. Saraya and Hardy Cameron come to ringside, and they start talking, but they're quickly interrupted by Toni Storm. And Storm was saying that, look, she's about to go in a fight of her life against Mariah May, but she'll never forget what they went through as the Outcasts together. And next week on Dynamite, if Saraya can beat Toni in Cardiff, she can have it all. So the Saraya says that she's been friends for a while, but Storm is a stupid sloot. I've got here. Someone tells us she's going to need a bigger shoe. So this coming week on Dynamite, I'm not quite sure if that's a championship match or what, but it's Toni Storm and Saraya one-on-one, all or nothing, I suppose, for Saraya on Dynamite this week in Cardiff. Wales, if she wins, I suppose she gets into the match at All In. If she fails to win, I suppose it's All Out. Literally, not the pay-per-view, but All Out for Saraya in terms of her competing on the All-In card. Perhaps we'll have to wait and see, but that should be interesting and a really good match for Dynamite this coming week. Nick Wayne was next. Nick Wayne with Mother Wayne and Killswitch against Kip Sabian. Again, in an hour show, you're not going to get a longish match, especially when you've got so many matches going on. They did have a double commercial through this as well, which really didn't help. From what we saw, which wasn't a lot, was actually really good. And I would like to see that have maybe a match on Collision or something along those lines where we can get a bit more time out of it. Because it was generally, from what the brief bits that we saw, were actually really good between these two. So again, Kip Sabian, haven't seen enough of him in AEW. I'm not quite sure what the situation has been with him. I know they obviously had issues with pregnancy and stuff like that in Penelope Ford. I don't quite know why he hasn't been showcased or not. I know obviously we're getting near All In now, so there is a reason perhaps that Kip's on telly a bit more. But he's so talented. And I'd like to see more of him on AEW going forward. But this match was great. Wayne's World from Nick Wayne, though, does finish the match. Yeah, I'd like to see more of Kip. Nick Wayne, we know, part of the patriarchy. We'll be seeing him very much soon, shall we say, on AEW. But yeah, I'd like to see more of Kip Sabian. I really would. Very talented, very underrated, maybe underutilized in AEW. Big roster, though. This is where we go back to the roster situation on AEW. On WWE, we have a bloodline situation where a lot of guys can't get into the mix because of what's going on their show. And on this one, on AEW is a roster situation. It is just so jam-packed that it's difficult to see where you can go. But yeah, good match from what we saw of it. And Wayne's World from Nick Wayne picked up the victory. Go over to the back. Scorpio Sky, someone else we haven't seen in a while, compete, and he was out the back. He's not invited to the private party. Brandon Cutler and his crew are, and Cassidy tells him to react, and then he did afterwards. Says, Cassidy told him to relax and welcome to. But I'm not quite sure where they're going with that, to be honest. Scorpio Sky is another one that's very. Do you know what? I'm gonna go out and say something on this with Scorpio Sky. Leave AEW and go to TNA. That's where I think you should do. Santana's gone, doing really well over there, and I think suited to the home. You'll get on TV week in, week out. Nothing against AEW. Again, it's just roster size and where do you fit in? And I think that Scorpio Sky would be better off going to TNA. That's for my 2 cents for what it's worth, and it's purely because of roster size on AEW. They've got a huge roster. Speaking of huge rosters, we're going to get to the match number 4. Don Callis family against Rhett, Titus, and KM. Roosh and Kyle Fletcher made up the Don Callis family. Quite an easy win, really. Again, it wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot to go on this one, unfortunately. I like the Don Callis family. I like Roosh and Kyle Fletcher, to be honest. Just didn't like the fact that it didn't go very long. Again, it's one of those where 5 matches on a card is difficult in an hour show, and you're going to get a lot of quick matches together. I think the main event was the longest one they had, and we'll get into that in a minute. Shame, because again, a lot of talented wrestlers there. We just need to see more of it. Again, you could have, no disrespect, you could have got rid of the Nyla Rose one. You arguably could have even got rid of Don Callis family one, really, and you could have just had Kip and Nick, the Conglomeration, and the match we're going to get to now, Top Flight MxM Collection, MxM Male Models, formerly known as. That was a really good tag, actually. Really enjoyed it. Four guys that can go in the rings. Top Flight are great. I really enjoy watching Top Flight in there. They're very exciting. MxM, the MxM Collection are very much, you're seeing what they can do now, which is what you couldn't do when they were in WWE. You never really got the opportunity. They were more of a gimmick than anything else. With AEW, they've got a bit of freedom on here. They're a bit of both. They're a bit of a gimmick, but they also get their time to go in the ring, which is very important, actually. And very enjoyable at the same time. Really enjoyed watching it. Top Flight got the victory. I was quite surprised by that, to be honest. I thought the MxM Collection would pick up the victory in this match, but it was actually Top Flight that won it. Again, really good match. Really enjoyed it. The only, again, downside was it was the main event, and you'd already had four matches before that, and you could have squeezed another 5 minutes out of it if you could have, you know, again, being on a different show, but it is what it is, and you can't keep going on about it. But it can be frustrating sometimes when you've got a good match there and you're just getting into it and it finishes because it's an hour show at Rampage is. I always say Rampage, three matches is all you need. If you're gonna have interviews and backstage segments, Rampage needs to be three matches, 10 minutes apiece, 10, 15 minutes apiece. So you've got 45 minutes or so. If you're going to have a break, then maybe have a bit like 12 minute matches a piece, bit of backstage stuff, and you've got yourself your perfect show. That is just my opinion, of course. I'm a firm believer of that. If they'd done it that way, I think Rampage would be great week in, week out. You tell me what you think about it. Is five matches too much on an hour card? That's down to you guys and to believe. I think it is. And I personally would have three a week and give them some time. But there we go. That was Rampage. Short, sweet, and quick. That's what she said. But yeah, just get watching Rampage next week. Don't forget All In. Yes, and we're all in as well. We're all going to be there. Myself, Dave, Rachel, and Kevin. Dave's dad's going to be there. We're going to be watching. We're going to be meeting the Bullet Club War Dogs, Gabe Kidd. Mentioned it before, Gabe Kidd and Driller Mahoney. Jesus, Driller Mahoney and Gabe Kidd from War Dogs over the Blacksmith Apparel side. Come and see us. If you see us, say hello. We don't buy it, honest. Well, I don't know. We're going to see the War Dogs. We may buy it afterwards. Who knows? But yeah, if you see us, say hello. We're wearing the HCTV merch, so come and say hello to us. But guys, quick one for this one. Rampage always is. We're an hour show. But keep it on to us next week. We've got interview. We've got so much going on next week. It's ridiculous. I don't know how I'm going to find the time in the day, but I will. Keep it locked on the social media platforms. HTT Buckle on Twitter, Hitting the Turnbuckle Podcast, and all other social media outlets. And until next time, everybody, buckle down. Stay safe. Goodbye.